Hey fire signs, welcome to your September 2018 reading with me, Eriu. You're very welcome here today. To my new subscribers, hello, how are you? Welcome. To my old subscribers, how have you been? How's life? I hope it has been good to you. I hope you had a lovely summer. Oh hey, what's up? So if you're new to my channel, do check out your moon and rising sign videos as well. You're going to hear nearly every tarot reader on YouTube say these things because it is important, because whatever doesn't resonate with you, which is fine, you just kind of leave it for the next person, but just check out your moon and rising sign because you could have higher degrees of that in your natal chart, and those videos may resonate a little bit more for you, okay? And if you'd like a private reading with me, you can certainly have one. You can email me. My email address is below, and I'll send you on my price list as well. Okay, and my availability. So guys, I'm doing the elements because, and I'm making these videos a little bit longer. I think you do prefer the shorter ones, but because I'm doing not as many videos, I thought they should be longer so that you get more content that may resonate with you, if that's all right with you. I've never done the elements just by themselves, so hopefully I hope you get something from this. We're going to do 9-card spread today for the month of September for air signs, all air signs, and as I said, whatever doesn't resonate with you, don't worry about it, just leave it for the next person because it might not be a message that's for you. I've just done air and earth, and checking it out, air was like there's a lot of love, sadness in that. Earth had some love things as well, so I don't know, fire, if this is going to happen with you, but I was pre-shuffling and 2 of Cups kept coming out, and the 2 of Cups came up for air signs. So we shall see. Pull up a chair, get a drink, sit down, relax, and let's have a chat about your September. I'm actually doing this so randomly as well that I'm just like, boop, random cards. So I'm going to take 3 cards for your recent, past, present, and then coming into the end of September for you, alright? So we're going to look at these a little bit more in depth. Alrighty, woo. You can see all these? Fantastic. And the Ace of, yes. And the Ace of Rods actually came up as well for air signs, and it actually came up for earth signs as well. What's going on with the love lately? What is going on with the love? I don't know, babies. I don't know. Okay, so let's take a look. So your energy for your recent past is Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Rods, and the Tower. Kaboom. Love just exploded, and I don't feel like it's a good thing. I'm drawn to this, but I want to just start as I mean to go on. Let's go from here and move forward. So the Queen of Pentacles energy in your recent past, there's something. This is so bizarre, and I'm feeling this somewhat sadness between the air signs and now you guys, the fire signs, and I felt a little bit with the earth, but not as much. I gotta check out the plans and see where they're lying, because I think everyone is just dealing with love, or struggling, I think, a bit with love lately. There's a sadness, there's a somberness, there's a heaviness, so I feel it with you guys too. Queen of Pentacles is very earthly energy. We've got Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. We're talking about things that we think about and then we put action into it, to creating it in a very practical way, and in the 3D, if you want, 3-dimensional world, which is where we all live, our reality, whatever, and you know, kind of seeing it come together. There is an amount of physical manifestation that comes with the earthly energy. And it's great because it's tangible. So it's all things you can see. So we quite like that. At times it can be material, at times it can be finances. So it's about putting the work and effort into something and putting an investment. It's all about the investment of your time, of your energy into something, watching it grow, and then reaping the rewards as well from that. Now, I just heard the word singledom, or like single doom is what I heard. And I'm concerned by that. Some of you may have been, oh God, I think we're going to go into love reading. I think these are all love readings. Some of you may have been single for quite some time, and you have built up this idea of who you are and of what you want. And what I'm getting from this is that it is all quite valid and has that level of validity, but it hasn't, this is your recent past, so I can't say never, it wasn't put into action enough for it to be a theory that is disputed or that works correctly. Does this make sense? Hold on one second, my candle went out, I'm not digging that, 1 second. Okay, we're back. I just can't, I don't know, I don't mind the other ones going out, but when that one goes out, I'm like, no, stop it, no. So as I was saying, so you had this idea of who you are, of how you present yourself to the world, and how you are of value, and what your, in some ways, what your value system is as well. And sometimes it could be self-worth too. But in your romantic life, because I'm hearing a lot of you were single for a long time, how you viewed yourself was never actually properly tested because you didn't have someone to exercise your theory or challenge it to see if it was actually true or real. And then you did, and then shit hit the fan. To my new subscribers, I do swear the odd time. It's nothing major though, I'm not profanity driven, don't worry, but you know, phrases like shit hit the fan is what you're going to hear here, right? Very honest and very truthful. I will always tell you the truth. But so this is actually, I'm struggling to pull out these words, and what I'm feeling is that you have been struggling to deal with this earth sign. Oop, it's because looking at that fire sign. Now, which is contrasting to what your element is, right? Because I was shuffling beforehand, and before I went on camera, I like to pre-shuffle, and then I like to shuffle in front of you because you see, like, I'm not setting this up. And the sun came up in reverse, and I thought, wait a minute, I don't do reversals. It was the only card in the deck that was reversed. And I thought, something's going on, and we'll see if it happens in the reading. And you guys know yourself quite well, or do you? You thought you did, do you? There's been, I think what I have to really give you credit for, geez, I'm calling you every other sign, but the one you are, fire sign. I want to give you credit for taking the time to invest in yourself and taking the time to take care of some wounds that you may have had from previous life occurrences. So I can talk about love, we can talk about just relationships and friendships, we can talk about business and career, we can talk about all that stuff. But whatever you were really wounded from, I'm hearing this is connected to a family tie as well, or the lack thereof family support. That could be a big thing for some of you, because this feels very singular. Single. Some of you may have, yeah, as I was saying, I want to give you credit for that because you've taken the time to take care of yourself in that, which was fantastic. But then you're different to who you were then, right? Which is the way it's supposed to be. There's always supposed to be growth. But the Ace of Rods is coming in here, and it's, sorry, I'm struggling to say this because it's like, it's something that you've never admitted to yourself, and that's why I'm struggling to say it out loud, because it's like I don't want to admit that to you. But I have to be the voice that says this, because sometimes you just need someone to tell you what it is, exactly how you're feeling, and you hear it and it echoes and it makes sense. The Ace of Rods and the Tower are these two are like a pairing. So some shit has hit the fan. I'm not saying that it was a big scenario that's after happening. We can investigate that, and we will. But you had an opportunity in love that came up in your recent past, and I mean like love. Who is this? Air signs. Air signs got this as their first card. And as I was saying to them, it's not just about love. Love. It's so general. In many ways we can generalize the word love, but this is more than that. This is about having a new beginning in love, but also reaching this new, almost spiritual awareness within yourself due to opening up to a possible loving scenario. And what I'm seeing here, oh, sorry, I just got the taste of cider or drink. If some of you are drinking quite heavily or were drinking quite heavily, I want to say that you need to try and cut back on that, because I just got that. That just like hit me. Whew. And all I'm drinking is apple and pear green tea. That's all I'm on. Which is delicious, by the way. Whew. So some of you may have been going out partying a lot, may have been out drinking a lot as a single person. And you know, you're free to do that, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to judge you. Whatever you want to do. But you have had this opportunity to open yourself up in ways that you didn't do before, because you've been quite alone for some time. Like, the way I'm visualizing it is the opening of a flower, pretty much. At each petal just comes back slowly and slowly and slowly, and you know, it opens up and it blossoms. And there's a thing here that between you and this other person, whoever this was, both of you, I think, had an understanding of what this is. Both of you understood that this could be something that could really grow into something quite beautiful. And there's a purity of love here. But again, as I'm saying, this is a new beginning of spiritual awareness due to an encounter of, I just keep hearing unconditional love. Okay, so what I'm also hearing is, I never knew I could be loved that way. Or I didn't know somebody could love that much or love that way. So whoever this was that you were connected to, they've really made you understand what it means to love. Or I am really struggling to find this, because it's such an emotional feeling that it's hard to sometimes put into words when I'm here. They opened your eyes to maybe thinking that how you viewed love before is actually quite different to how love can be. And that maybe being with someone is not as scary as you thought it was before, because what I'm seeing is there's an acquirement of fear. And I'm going to put out this idea that I have, and you may agree, you may not. Leave a comment, because I'd like to know what you think of this theory. This is just my own personal thing. Is that, you know, when people say that they're commitment phobes, I honestly do not believe that that is a thing. I honestly don't. There are people who want to be single, who want to stay single, and that's fantastic. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be. But I don't think there's anyone out there that, if presented with someone who would love them unconditionally, who gives them time and space to grow as a person, who just loves them as they are, who says, I'm here for you, and even though there'll be heavy times, there'll be so many fun times as well, and we can just be together. I don't think there's anyone that would say they did not want that. But there's an underlying factor behind it, that there's something that has happened previously in someone's life with another romantic encounter and or their family dynamic and that specific social conditioning that believes them to think that there is a certain amount of fear or even negativity that may come around relationships. And I mean, like, really good, strong ones. What do you think? I always think it's something that has not been dealt with or processed properly. And then when presented, because if someone presented that with me, I'd be like, I'm on it. Hands down, let's go. Just to let you know, as I said before, these will be a bit longer, and I feel like I'm talking a lot already, so I'll continue. But I feel this quite a lot. And I feel like, fire sign, you've been challenged. You have been challenged. And you weren't expecting this, but it was really good for you. But what was that challenge? What did it do? It shook you. It shook you to your core. And it kind of, if I'm very honest, it broke down the foundations of what you thought either love was or who you were in those particular scenarios. Because from then, you only had really theories. And this person came in and challenged them. And that's why I keep hearing, like, shit just hit the fan. But in a good way. I'm not saying that there's fights and there's a lot of arguments here. I don't even see that. This is in you. This is within you. This is within you. And also, because we have two very obvious phallic symbols, there was something about the sexual encounter with this person that was very stripping of your external layers. And yeah, whew. That is, now it's intense energy, but there, I don't feel like it's heavy. Does that make sense? It wasn't heavy, it was intense. Ooh. It was, there's, okay. Sometimes I hear things and I doubt whether I should say them, but I will because that's what I keep hearing. But there's a level of, it wasn't just sex, it was like making love, right? Do I want to say that? Do you know what I mean? It's proper connection, but that heightened to another spiritual platform that maybe you weren't exposed to before, or maybe you thought that just wasn't for you, wasn't going to happen for you, because that happens too. I guess we shall investigate the tower a bit more. What do you reckon? This is going to be a deep one for you, fire sign, I'm not going to lie. Stick with me. I'm here with you. And I'm here for you. So we will figure this out. I have my Venus in Virgo. I'm going to make sure I fix this for you. Okay. These two seem to want to stick out. Oh, wow. Oh, fire sign. Do you want to come out too? Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. What shook you to your core? I'm going to move these over here for a second so you can kind of see everything. What shook you to your core? What was the thing that really shook you? Well, what I said shook you, but let's go a bit deeper into this. What shook you? Because intuitively, you knew and you felt that you could possibly have everything with this particular encounter. And this is the person that it was, Queen of Rods. Now, could be another fire sign, but because we're talking a bit emotional here, it could be their moon sign, it could be their Venus as well. But this can be someone that just depicts a lot of the energy of the Queen of Rods and fire signs, which you know and which you are. I don't think I really need to remind you, but if I'm going to give you a bit of an ego boost, I will. Why not? So somebody who takes on responsibility, no problem. Someone who's a go-getter. Someone who is action-orientated and driven. Someone who's quite passionate. And it's not to say that they're the loudest person at the party, but it's like when you see someone, they talk, they have a fire behind their eyes. Do you know what I mean? Their energy is just lit. And they are so loving. Like full of love. At the same time, if you talk shit, they'll probably be like, here, cut the crap. Which I quite like. I think that's nice. I think you always need someone that kind of just makes you see sense for a second. And, you know, but it's funny as well, because I'm just hearing a little laughter now. So it's a case of, yeah, this first person could be like, cut the shit. But then you're just about laughing, being like, I know, I should really cut the shit, right? You know, it's fun. And she's fun and she's loving and she is strong. And I can't, like, it doesn't matter if you're a female watching this and, you know, whatever your sexual preference is, it doesn't matter. Whatever your gender is, doesn't matter. It doesn't. It just means this person was very much in their female energy, but at the same time had a really high level of strength that maybe you don't see in a lot of people. You know? Feet firmly on the ground. And it's nice though, right? There's no bullshit. I quite like this. So you intuitively knew what kind of shook you to your core with all of this fire sign is that you knew that this could be someone that you could have a really long lasting relationship with, or just a really, yeah, I mean, emotionally satisfying relationship. Yeah, which would be fun. And also, what is this dynamic though? Hold on. I feel like the two of you are by no means wishy-washy. You know what I mean? And it's not just like, oh, ooey gooey love, or I'm going to buy you teddies on Valentine's Day and I'm going to get a plane in the sky and it's going to say I love you with the sign. None of that. I don't mean that. I don't mean that stuff. This is more like two people being like, I'm into you, like I'm crazy about you. And so there is that intensity between the two of you, which I felt before. But there's a realization for you at some point that this person could give you everything you may have heard of, which is I'm hearing, you may have wanted, and then they showed you stuff that you didn't know you wanted. It all came into question. And I'm also talking about wanting a family. I'm talking about having a little house together. I'm talking about thinking about how you spend your Sundays. Do you want to bring the kids out cycling and then but bring the dogs as well, or we go for like walks and trails and then come home and sit by the fire and watch movies? You know, there's stuff that it made you question. And I think it also put the fear of God in you. But your intuition wasn't wrong about this person, but the fear kind of took over. You were challenged. You were challenged, yeah. I can see. I can see. This is your recent past. I know I spent a lot of time on it there, guys, but I think for those of you who need to hear those messages, you got them. You got them. Yeah, let's take a look at your next 3 cards. Quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. Oh, baby, what are you doing? Darlings, what are you doing? Who had this? Earth signs had this actually in this position, and that was over here. Okay, so what do you do when shit hits the fan? You try and erase it, pretty much. There is a part of me that is seeing that for some of you, I'm not going to say all because I won't generalize, but I do have to in order to be very open to everyone who's watching this. Some of you may have just kind of hit the ground running after this all like exploded, and then just, I mean, what I keep hearing is, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. And what I'm also hearing is like every invitation that you were offered, you took. Doesn't matter what it was, doesn't matter where it was. If someone was like, oh, I'm going to go for a walk in the local park, do you want to come? You're like, yeah. Even if you didn't sleep that much, you're like, yeah, I'm going to go. There's a lot of pushing of the physical self externally in the external environments, because there wasn't, I'm going to be very honest. Fire signs, you haven't fully dealt with this yet. And it's because if you do, you'll realize how hurt you are, and you don't want to have to deal with that. And I don't think you've been dealing with it because of that. You have been socializing quite a bit. You do have a network of people around you, but I want you to, when you're in these networks, right, because these networks that we have with people are for different reasons, I want you to question the people that are around you, and I want you to question, because I don't think that's what's been going on, I want you to question what they bring to you. Because I feel like there's been an investment in a lot of other people, that maybe you don't need to invest your time in. Yeah. I'm hearing that the people, some of the people, I'm sure there's lovely people you're chatting to, but some of the people that you are giving your time to aren't just, they're not doing it for you anymore. That's what I'm hearing. It's like, or if you've tried to go like back out there and get with someone, or get with people, or whatever your choice being, or look for a new boyfriend or girlfriend, or whatever you've been looking for, you just haven't found what it is you're looking for. You're like, that's not quite, no, or that's not, I don't really, and then you're finding little things wrong with them where it's like, oh, well, they talk too much, or they don't talk enough, or sometimes he is... You know, funny stuff, like sometimes like he'll say something and I'm just thinking that's so stupid and I don't think I like him. You know, little things. It's because you haven't dealt with this terror moment, because this was big, this was hard, this was harsh. And you're not going to find what you're looking for outside of yourself. No. So there will be a lot of... hold on. There's only so many people you can trust with this sort of thing. And I'm very lucky to say that I have a few people, handful of people, that I really trust with my inner workings. Like I don't... very few people really know my inner workings, and I'm very selective who I tell stuff to. And because you need to, because you can't trust everyone. There are levels of trust with people that you need to have, and boundaries. And I think that you feel so open to me, fire sign, that I'm concerned that you're giving your time and your openness to the wrong people, and maybe that is not serving you, and maybe that is why you're not feeling quite complete lately, because of that, because you can't find what you're looking for externally. And there may be different levels of temptation that are out there for you. Maybe something you're not even considering that you never do now. You do, like drugs or whatever, or you never drank before, now you're drinking, or now you're drinking but didn't smoke, now you're smoking. You know, there's different levels of temptation, but the release isn't going to come from those. It's going to come from checking in with yourself properly and sitting down and being like, how do I feel about this? I still feel really shook. I actually am really fucking sad, and I don't know how to do it, because there's emotional confusion that's coming over you in September, because you're trying to figure it out emotionally. You're trying to figure out why you feel the way you feel. I know it's because you've put all this in the back burner. And you're like, but why? But why? Why can't I? Why am I here now? Why do I feel like this when I'm with this person? Why do I feel like this? Why do I not care anymore? And it's because it hasn't fully been dealt with. There is this veil of illusion that you're putting on your emotions, and you need to pull it up. It's very important that you do. Now you've the Nine of Swords here as well, so what are we talking about? It getting worse. Not dealing with the sort of emotional confusion within yourself. It can get worse, and then it manifests into the mind. And fire signs don't normally do that. Like, you don't normally question. Not that you don't normally question. Excuse me. It's about you. You know, you take your action and then you deal with the consequences if there's any, then you move on. You know, it's like, yeah. Do you know what? I knew what I was doing when I rolled the dice. I played the game and that's it. If you get burnt, you get burnt. You're quite good that way. You're like, yeah, I take responsibility. But there's something about that you're not taking responsibility of, like the way this person does take responsibility. There's a lot of ownership with this person. They own a lot of who they are and what they say. And that may be something that you've needed to learn from them as well. Possibly, for some of you. But what you don't want to get is to this point of just boiling point, where it's like, I'm so full of memories. I'm so full of the words that I said, the words that they said. I keep thinking about it. I'm trying to find meaning. It doesn't work. If you really hone in on this, this is something that can happen. It's boiling point. But the boiling point is more so going to come from the fact that you're emotionally, you haven't checked in. You're like, why is this such a thing? Why am I feeling this way? I feel like a lot of you feel like outsiders, to be quite honest, and feel like slightly like aliens. You feel alienated from everyone. Because what's happened is your vibration has altered. It has changed due to this. It has. And I'm going to put my money on it, that's how it is for you. You've changed. Something has changed. Something has shifted in your internal sphere that has gotten you to this point, and you can't keep doing what you're doing because it doesn't work for you anymore. Because you can't, because you're playing off a different ball game now. And it brings you such frustration. Oh. And it may keep you up late at night, and you may... So, for some of you, I just heard get off your phone late at night. Get off your phone. There's something about that. I don't know what that is. Like late night stalking? Are you late night stalking? Who doesn't late night stalk? It's my favourite part of the day. Bedtime and late night stalking. Am I joking? I prefer daytime stalking. But, joking. But you hear what I'm saying? It's boiling point. It's like you're about to combust. Like the brain cannot take it anymore. Oh my. Don't be aware that this is something that could happen to you in September. And I know this probably seems quite harsh or maybe heavy, but what I always say is when this sort of thing comes out in the cards, it's telling you what's coming up and what you can do to kind of help it move along and help yourself. So it's not all bad. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa. Oh, okay. I'm actually quite taken aback, sorry, I just was not expecting the lovers to come into play. But they did. I just want to do one thing, and it's to get you one card for this Nine of Swords. I just need to do that. Okay? Okay, yeah. Eight of Cups. Let me just talk about this really quickly. I needed this. I needed to get just one card for you, and it's Nine of Swords combined with the Eight of Cups. This is about you needing to emotionally walk away from something. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you're walking away from a person or a relationship. It could also mean that you... Guys, please, please listen to me when I say Seven of Cups and Eight of Cups. You're walking away from the emotional confusement. That's not a word. Confusion. Words I like to make up throughout the day. You're walking away from that now. So you're like, you understand that this doesn't work now. I'm delighted this came up because I needed to get something out with that Nine of Swords and I wasn't quite sure what it was, and I'm glad this is here because it's saying you need to walk away from this emotional confusion because this is what is going to happen to you. You do need to sort out where your head and your emotions are, but you're rejecting. I think you're starting to realize that to reject your past emotional processes is important because it doesn't serve you for where you're moving forward, and you're moving forward. I know it doesn't feel that way, and I get you need to go deep with this. Like, you need to go deep with this. Do not shy away from yourself. You need to go deep because you need to alleviate the mental stress that this is going to cause you. And this is strong, and I feel the migraines, I feel the headaches. Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you know, like electric fences that go around old fields to keep cows and horses in? That's what it reminds me of. It's that static energy. You can hear the hum of the wires and the electricity in the wires, and you just know that there's a tension there, and that's what that reminds me of. It needs to go. And I think by you really walking away from how you used to do these things and really just, as I said, sitting with yourself with regards to what happened here, because you haven't yet. You haven't. I'm sure some of you are like, I have. I'm like, you haven't though. Not fully. Not, you know, maybe on the surface, yes, but not as deep as you need to go. Not as deep. Because then what happens? There's a turning point for you, and I'm happy to see this. Knight of Pentacles coming in. Earth energy, have we had? Yes, we have. So we've got your Queen and your Knight here. Yeah. Knights are coming in. They are action orientated. They are coming to deliver a message. They come to say something. They come with a purpose. They move with that sort of energy. I am here and I have a mission and I will fulfill my mission. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. If this isn't going to be something, my lovely fire sign, that is going to be very rapid fire for you. The unraveling of the self and one's thoughts and everything that's connected to that, beyond the thoughts, beyond the feelings, all of what's inside of us, the deep dark abyss of ourselves, that is going to take time to go through. But this is saying that you'll get it. You kind of come out of this as the Knight of Pentacles going, okay. So it's not like you've completely lost the side of yourself. You haven't. We've both got Pentacles here. You haven't. Don't worry, you won't completely lose yourself. But you come now with more of a purpose, and there's a definition to this. There's a definite movement, and I like this now, because before, like, I'm going to be honest with you, here, the Tower, 3 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups, or 7, apologies, 7 of Cups, you don't feel very solid to me. Your earth, I told you, like, the earth, the foundation is shaky, right? You come up a lot stronger now for me, and you understand that you still have something to give, but you're going to give it in a way that says, I have something important and I'm willing to give it now. And I say that because also the Lovers comes up as that combination. You're saying, I have an offer, it is of self-worth, it is of worth. I give a piece of myself to you. Now, you're the knight, right? You're still wearing armor, and that's okay, because you do kind of want to protect yourself a bit after going on internally. And what I'm hearing is a lot of people don't know that this is actually after happening, or that it's at this level of intensity for you. Not a lot of people know this, and I think you purposely haven't told a lot of people, which is fine, but you've purposely been putting on a brave face and just constantly surrounding yourself with people because it's easier than having to deal with it, which is, we've all experienced that. I don't think everyone has. You're going to come back around with this. Whoever this was, this lady, man, whoever, gentleman, king or queen, doesn't matter. The person that embodies that fire energy, that again doesn't need to be a fire sign. They've really flipped the script on you, unintentionally. And it was very important for you, as I said, your spiritual growth through love. That now you're kind of seeing what it takes to put into a relationship, which is what I said before. And you saw that before, but you maybe weren't willing to do it, and now you're willing to do it. Because I see you coming in with a very strong presence. And this isn't saying, like, let's be really honest here. When you're coming in with an offer, like, most people, I can't speak for most people, but I think most of you may agree with me on this, is that when someone comes in and offers you something, you're not looking for, I'm going to offer you a house, like a lovely place to live, I'm going to offer you a car, I'm going to make sure that there's food on the table, I'm going to make, like, that's all lovely. But when you've experienced what you have, and I imagine the other person has as well, it's a case that it's not about offering extravagancies, it's about offering truth of yourself, being like, I really want to be there for you, and I want to be consistent with you, and I want to make sure that you're okay, and I'm loyal, and I can give you loyalty, and I can give you my love, and I can give you my strength when you need it. Like these things that are invaluable to people. That's what you want to hear. So don't think, I don't want you to get this wrong fire sign that you need to come in with all bells and whistles on, because you don't. And if you did, I'd imagine whoever the other person was or that you were connected to will probably see through it and go, meh, no. Because there's nothing real in that. When you go through this, you get to the core, you become your real self. And sincerity and being genuine always shines through beyond anything else. But I do see that you want this. You want this unity. And I can't see why not. I honestly can't see why not. Some of you may have felt like you found your other half as well. And at times you question that. Are they? Really? Could they? Really? Are they? Could they be? I don't know. Yeah. There's something about your connection that's not like others. This could be very good for you as well, financially. And when I say wealth, I mean the union of the two of you can be very productive, whatever that means for some of you. Now, my concern is, my last concern, because we're at the end of this now, and I'm so sorry I've talked for so long. I honestly think these videos are best to listen to when you're going to sleep, because You get to listen to my lovely voice, as you see. No, because sometimes you just don't hear everything when you're listening to them on the bus, or you're walking around, you're distracted. You're not as distracted when you're in bed. What is this Hangman energy? So this is a major arcana. This is your third one, darling. And this is about the energy becoming stagnant. Stop putting the brakes on things. Why? Because we're doing well. This is a big turning point. We're doing well, so I want to know why the frig, because I feel like this might be you. And I think I know what this is, but I'm going to get 2 cards to clarify, please. Ah, yeah. Okay. So you may find that if or when you decide to give this an offer to this person, and like union is there, don't get me wrong, it's straight up there. I just heard that this person is very grounding for you. Yeah, that was lovely. Sorry, it's just a lovely thought and feeling I got there. There is a fear within you that it could all go belly up in like a split second, and then all the investment that you've put into yourself and working on yourself and then coming forward with this offer is like all gone. It's just obliterated, because you've experienced that before with the tower. It was there, it was great, and then it was gone, and it was just like fuck. And you may be apprehensive as to really, like, you've come in with this token. I mean, it's a big display of love and affection, but you may kind of stop yourself going fully into it, because there is this fear of it maybe not working out, and there is this fear of, will I get my heart broken by this person? And I think you think that because you know and you feel so much. You intuitively know. You do. So maybe the communication will stop, or you'll like keep firing the communication at them, bang, 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 because you're very much in your element. King of Rods, you're very much in your element. So you may just become so overwhelmed with love and passion and fire and everything, and it's wonderful, and you're giving them all this, and you feel very free and open, and then you stop yourself because you're going, what if this doesn't work out again? This is worry. Well, let's look at this. This is worry because of how it happened before, and also because of maybe what had happened in your previous relationships, and also when you have these strong feelings for someone and you open, like I mean you really open yourself up to someone, the fear of getting hurt is just, it just becomes stronger. But this is just in you. I'm going to tell you that now. Don't think that this person has that agenda, or even would, like, intentionally or unintentionally. I don't think that's it. This is you, and this is your fears popping up. And what I want to say is that when you get into that fearful mode of it potentially going bad again, know that you need to change your thought processes and release some of those fears, because sometimes you just need to take a risk on love. This could happen. Like nothing's set in stone, but if you don't take the risk on love, like, I don't know about you, but I'd take the risk if it meant that I felt all of this and this. Like, this is going to happen, but we've all been hurt and we all bounce back. We do. It happens. You don't realise at the time. It's just that we don't want to feel pain. But I don't see that here. I don't see that here, fire sign. I see you want this. What's that filter on Instagram story? Super zoom? Yep. That's pretty much what it is. This is obtainable. The things that we talked about, you need to go through and really be honest with yourself. Like, I mean, I'm sure some of you are like, yeah, I have, but I mean real honesty. I mean that gut-wrenching, crying, like wailing honesty, you know? It's tough. Alright, fire signs, I hope this has helped you in some way. It's been a very long video. If you dig what I do, please like and subscribe and leave a comment, because I'd like to know how you're all getting on with this sort of thing. If you would like a private reading with me, you can certainly have one. My email address is below this video. You can contact me directly and we sort out my availability and my prices as well for you. until then, have a look at beautiful September, and you'll come out the other side of this, but you know what you need to do now, okay? You have the tools, you have the ability and the strength to do it. It is just the action of doing it that is hard, okay? Have a lovely September, my darlings. I will see you soon. You take care. Bye-bye.